Booga booga.
Now that we've had a little bit of time for the Ahsoka series to marinate in our brains, I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about a problem that seems to be plaguing Dave Filoni. He's incapable of creating independent content. All of his creativity can be summed up in a single sentence. You must have seen my other stuff. Take the Ahsoka series, for example. General audiences are seemingly introduced to a plethora of new characters, concepts, and creatures, all without any context, but all of it is treated as if it's important. Take the star of the show, Ahsoka Tano. We're given a character who's supposed to have some narrative heft, not because of any particular reason, we're just sort of led to believe that because the series is named after her. Throughout this first season, we're given hints to her backstory. We learn that she fought in the Clone Wars. We learn that she was the apprentice of Anakin Skywalker, even though he wasn't a master. And she at least has some prior knowledge of the series' baddie, Thrawn. The problem is, if you want to make sense out of anything you're seeing on screen, you only have one option. You're forced to watch 11 seasons of kids' cartoon shows just to understand what the hell is going on. I don't know if it's arrogance on the part of Dave Filoni or if he's just inept. Either way, it's sloppy storytelling. Now, I'm sure that the people who watch the Clone Wars and Rebels cartoon shows are thrilled with what they're seeing, but I'm not. All I'm seeing is a bunch of mush that doesn't have any context to it. I mean, Ahsoka has an out-of-body experience where she meets Anakin Skywalker. Where did that come from? We see the Siege of Mandalore. What in God's name is that? And whales that can fly through hyperspace because, you know, that's a thing now. And let's not forget about all the characters we've been introduced to. We have Sabine Wren, Hera Syndulla, Ezra Bridger, and of course, Grand Admiral Thrawn. I mean, Thrawn is a bit of a mystery just in and of himself because everyone seems to know who he is, and anytime anyone ever says his name, they look like they're gonna crap their pants. I mean, his name carries all of the gravitas of Darth Vader, and we have no basis for this at all. Now, you may ask yourself, but wait, didn't George Lucas assume that people saw the original trilogy when he came out with the prequels? Yeah, he did. When the original Star Wars came out, it was a phenomenon, introducing new cinematic technology and taking the movie-going experience to heights only ever dreamed of. Hell, some of the greatest directors we know of saw Star Wars and were floored by it, and it sent them down a path to becoming filmmakers themselves. So yeah, when the prequels came out, it stood to reason that you had also seen the original trilogy. Dave Filoni seems to think that all of his content carries all the same weight as George Lucas's. Just to drive the point home, I have a little social experiment for you. Find a random person and ask them who Luke Skywalker is. Then ask them who Ahsoka Tano is. I'm sure you can guess what will happen. Now, believe it or not, I'm sympathetic to the idea of carrying on the story of Star Wars past the original and prequel films, especially in light of the sequel trilogy. But to expect people to watch kids' TV shows just so you can play at being George Lucas doesn't fly. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell.
Booga booga.